Hi everybody, this is Praha TV Weekly News. I'm Marcela Tomčíková and I'm glad you are with us. Here's your fresh summary of the week's most important news. Everything you need to know right now. Welcome! Today we start with a key solution of the part of Prague Ring Road. The government has approved a tunnel option for an important section of the Prague Ring Road between Satalice and Březiněves. Roughly 5 of the 13 kilometers of the new route will run underground. The measure is intended to calm the affected city districts and speed up preparations for construction, which is due to begin within 3 years.
The government has settled on the design of the next part of the Prague Ring Road, which will be located between Satalice and Březině in sea. The whole section 520 will be exclusively designed as a tunnel from this point forward. The tunnels will measure about 5 kilometers, which is around 40% of the total 13 kilometers of the route.
The entire situation has unfolded over many years, and it was obvious that if we did not choose this direction, we might never complete the ring road. Furthermore, in discussions with local administrations, the roughly 5 kilometers of tunnel length is a key factor in relation to the total section length of about 13 kilometers, is essentially the basic investment needed for mutual trust to work effectively.
It is indeed correct that the ring road will be constructed. It should have been done long ago, as it will greatly benefit traffic. Do you drive on the ring road? I do, and I believe it is necessary to complete it.
But if things progressed a bit faster everywhere, for example, I have been waiting there for a long time. Due to various such issues, how should I put it? Because of unpredictability, it takes time.
Upon its completion, the ring road will redirect congested traffic from nearby areas of Prague, including Březině.
We measure traffic flow using certified measuring devices. Over 20,000 vehicles a day in 24 hours, including holidays and weekends, which is a lot.
In certain sections, the route will be underground, while in others, the road will be in a trench. This is the case in Jablik, where tunnels will not be built.
I must mention that Jablik is not affected by the tunnel option, as it is not technically viable. It will be in a trench here. Anyway, it's a negative intrusion into our territory. We don't want to hinder transport infrastructure, but it is necessary to sufficiently soundproof existing structures, and only then should we start building new ones.
According to the Road and Highway Directorate, construction should begin around 2028, with completion expected by the end of 2031. The costs for the tunnel variant are almost double that of the depressed option, estimated to reach up to 40 billion crowns.
The former Cosmos Cinema, for which the Prague 4th District was looking for the right use, has been transformed into a top medical facility. The new workplace was opened in Lhotka by Vršovice Hospital, which built a new department in the building. It has 36 beds for follow-up intensive care and long-term intensive nursing care. The tenant invested more than 55 million crowns in the reconstruction of the new department in Lhotka. The largest part of this went into technological equipment that meets the current highest medical standards.
In the early 90s, this cinema was popular, but it later became empty, and for years people looked for a good way to utilize the abandoned Cosmos Cinema. Through the partnership of the Prague 4 municipality and the Vršovice Hospital, a state-of-the-art medical facility has been established from a deteriorating structure, which offers clients the best possible care.
We have signed a 20-year agreement with them. This is for subsequent intensive care. And outpatient care will be included next, which, according to my information, is expected to begin in September.
The Department of Follow-up Intensive Care accepts patients from the Anesthesiology Resuscitation Department and from intensive care units of all Prague and Czech hospitals, because its scope extends beyond Prague.
And we take care of patients who are no longer in need of the highest level of care. They are usually stabilized after serious surgeries, yet they still rely on support for essential life functions, especially breathing.
The facility takes care of their rehabilitation, attempts to wean them off the machines they depend on, and helps them return to everyday life.
Our operations facilitate a higher turnover of patients, which allows this, that the ICUs and the ARAs have more space for additional acute patients.
From September, an orthopedic clinic will be established in the premises.
This clinic will serve the residents of Prague 4, and naturally, if anyone requires surgery, they can have surgery at Rushovec Hospital.
For residents in the district and other Prague citizens, this means that specialized healthcare services are more accessible again. Over the past 2 decades, the population of Prague aged 65 and above has grown by 39%. As their numbers grow, so does the need for specialized healthcare services, and subsequent intensive care is one of them. However, the new beds are not just for seniors. Intensive follow-up care applies to patients recovering from serious injuries or illnesses, regardless of age, starting from 18 years old.
Although a third of Prague residents are overweight and a quarter are obese, the capital is still one of the healthiest regions in the Czech Republic. More than 40% of Prague citizens report an ideal weight. The city council therefore continues to invest in cycle paths, public sport facilities and promotes a healthy lifestyle across all age groups.
Roasted people are among the slimmest in the Czech Republic, despite a third of the capital being overweight and a quarter being obese. The situation is much better than in many other places. Prague also has one of the lowest rates of severe obesity in the country, at least according to a survey by Ipsos.
Obesity is a chronic disease that significantly threatens not only our quality of life, and risks of diseases like high blood pressure and diabetes. Patients are often at risk starting from age 40 and older, but childhood obesity is also significantly increasing, which poses a serious issue today.
While in the Liberec region nearly 40% of residents suffer from obesity and only 1 in 3 has an ideal weight, the situation in Prague is reversed. More than 40% of people here report having a healthy weight, and the city administration is working to promote this positive trend.
There are already quite a few workout playgrounds, and many were supported in the past in 2017-18, when every district could apply for funding and Prague provided grants for this. Now we are asking the districts how these playgrounds are being used, whether they need strengthening, and so on. So it is possible that we will also expand these playgrounds.
Prague has been trying to improve active movement options, especially safe bike paths.
There are relatively few bike paths, to be honest. We are trying to expand them. For instance, we are currently adding a bike path in Kolovrati. However, these bike paths must be truly separated from traffic. They cannot just be bike lanes, as you definitely wouldn't ride with children in those. While there are many bike lanes in Prague, they do not function well for sports, so we are working to create truly separate bike paths from traffic. These paths should ideally be completely away from roads, allowing people to ride with children without fear and cover as many kilometers as possible.
According to doctors, a healthy lifestyle remains the foundation of prevention. They also emphasize that obesity treatment can now be highly specialized.
In today's world, a balanced diet and physical activity are fundamental, but we also have modern injectable obesity treatments available now. Then, there are endoscopic or surgical treatments.
The city plans to support movement for all age groups of Prague residents in the future. Experts believe that timely prevention and a healthier lifestyle can save the healthcare system significant costs.
After years of waiting, the municipalities of Kostomlaty nad Labem and Hradišťko in the central Bohemian region will finally have a fully fledged connection for cyclists and pedestrians. Until the 1970s, a ferry operated there, but now the nearest bridge is in the towns of Nymburk or Lysá nad Labem. The new footbridge will not only connect the 2 municipalities, but will also connect to the Elbe cycle path, which the central Bohemian region wants to start building in this section after 2026.
A new bridge for pedestrians and cyclists, which has been in preparation for years, will finally connect the municipalities of Kostomlaty nad Labem and Hradišťko in the Nymburk district of central Bohemia. The importance of this construction was personally confirmed by Petra Pekova, the governor of the central Bohemia region.
Because I was on the other side of the river with my car, and when I found out it was here, I checked my navigation, and the alternative route took 25 minutes. Luckily, the owner of the adjacent house ferried me across in a small boat, allowing me to experience firsthand how essential the footbridge is.
Cyclists or walkers would take longer. The municipalities were connected by ferry until the 1970s. This is no longer the case, and it is very complicated to get to the other side. The nearest alternatives are Nymburk or Lisa nad Labem, which are not exactly nearby. The need for this connection has been talked about for roughly 10 years.
The biggest issue in this country is always getting the construction approved. One of the major problems is the legal settlement of property rights after the land, followed by the responses from the relevant state authorities, where the individual requirements of various authorities contradict each other. It's all combined and unify, and subsequently allowing will take the most time.
Besides connecting towns, the bridge will also connect to the Elbe bike path.
In this section between Nymburk and Chalakovich, we would like to start construction after 2026. The whole Elbe cycle path is part of the Eurovelo 4, a transnational cycling route that is a pan-European bike trail, which runs from the North Sea through the Czech Republic all the way down south.
The planned construction period is 10 months, but if we account for necessary technological breaks and other unforeseen circumstances that may arise, we're more likely discussing a year and a half. According to the budget and the winning bid, the bridge will cost nearly 125 million crowns. 85% of the funding will be covered by the State Transport Infrastructure Fund.
The Art Nouveau gem of Prague's main railway station will undergo another transformation. The railway administration is launching the third phase of the reconstruction of the Fanta building, which will last until the summer of 2029. The renovation will bring back the original architectural elements, open an entrance hall and new commercial spaces.
The Fant building at Prague's main station is being restored. The Czech Railways is launching the third phase of a comprehensive reconstruction that will restore the interiors to their historical form. The project will particularly impact the southern wing and is set to last until the summer of 2029.
The reconstructed Font halls are in the northern part, and now the entire southern wing will undergo renovation. This is one of the biggest Art Nouveau buildings in Prague, but it is also one of the most important Art Nouveau monuments, and it surely deserves this renovation.
The restoration will involve removing the non-original ceiling from the 1950s in the arrival hall. This will allow the space to return to its original height and acquire a historical look.
The whole part of the original northern arrival hall will be reopened.
We will remove this ceiling, which was added here in the 1950s, along with the columns that are here, and we will return the hall to its original form, from the time this Fant building was built. After the renovation, we want to bring life back here.
A new cafe and dining establishments are planned to be created here to attract travelers and city center visitors.
Another significant element is the complete reconstruction of the so-called government lounge, which will be very demanding from a heritage perspective.
The renovation will adapt the space for state administration and commercial purposes, all while the main station continues to operate normally. The main restriction will be the temporary shutdown of the arrival hall while demolition activities are underway.
Thanks for being with us today. Stay safe, stay curious, stay with Praha TV, and we will see you again next week.